What's good, people? This your boy, Super Johnny B 420K Sharp, Johnny B 420K, Johnny B, bro. Here with another quick cooking video. I am making stir fry. I haven't got my vegetables in, but I took my boneless, skinless chicken, cut them up into little cubes or something like that. Season it with some black pepper, some salt. I thought I grabbed garlic pepper, but I used not garlic pepper. Garlic powder, but I grabbed onion powder, so I'm not using the garlic powder because it's going to be a little oniony. I'm gonna chop up some onions. I got my rice boiling so it can cook out some, but then I'm gonna drop it right in here to fry it up. I want to pre-cook my chicken. That's what I'm doing right here, so then it will be cooked enough to where you're not starting off raw. Next, we're going to get ready with the eggs. I'll turn that off. I already turned off my rice, but we're going to get the eggs ready. And we're going to get the vegetables in there so we can mix it all up together, make it stir fry. Next, we're going to just open this up, pour some of this rice in here so we can cook that all. But that's it. See, now, how we're going to do that, we get our rice out. I'm using bowl in the bag because I do not have any rice, like actual cook. It's very easy to cook rice straight up. All you do is you get a nice size, a little bit, not a lot, of water. Pour how much rice you're putting in. You let the water boil first. Might want to add a little salt to that. Then make it boil. Then you stir it and it sticks. That's to make sticky. To just make soft rice, you just let it boil, put a lot of water, let it boil out. To make fried rice, but what we're doing to make fried rice, we'll let it boil, and we're going to cook and evaporate the water out of the rice. So, let's go get our bowl. Let's get our eggs. Alright, here we go. Now, me personally, when I do my eggs with my stir fry, and do I have an onion still? Not really. No, I do not. That's trash. Okay, I got my carrots. Yeah, I don't have onion. You're not kidding. Okay. Well, I'm adding carrots in my stir fry. Remember, when you cook something like this or something where you can add whatever you want to it to make it better, go crazy. Don't trip. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up my carrots and I'm going to boil them in the water, and then I'm going to fry them up so they'll at least have a soft feel. Get a couple more. I like carrots, so. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to cut it right down the middle so we have it split. Then we're just going to cut them up. Into little chunks. Then we're going to drop it. Now, I have a net, and this is something that is good to use for it because it's a strainer, but it's a small strainer, so pretty much you scoop it up, drain the water out. But what we're going to do with it, we're going to put our little cuts inside of here, so then we let it sit in the water and it steam. We don't have to fish it out. We just already have it steamed up. So that's what we're going to put. Now, like I said, you can do any vegetable, anything you want to this. You can. I'm doing eggs and carrots, and I'm waiting to get onions because I Didn't realize I didn't have any onions. I thought I had a little bit. Note to self, go grocery shopping. But yeah, I'm adding carrots and it's stir fry. So as long as you cooking your rice, you can do whatever you want. If you want to just have fried rice, and you have fried rice. If you want to have carrots and chicken or beef or shrimp or steak, whatever meat you want, hey, do you. It's whatever you want, you know what I mean? It's cooking, so as you cook, you'll feel more comfortable to add on. You can add on mushrooms to this. You can add on broccoli. Now, if you do broccoli, in my personal opinion, I would say you should steam it all first before you fry it up. So got it all in the nut. I still got some carrots to cut, but my water's all boiled and ready. So pretty much you know what, the next time I do one of these videos, I'm gonna do it like how the cook shows do and have everything already pre-cut before we get started, but maybe like 1 or 2 carrots, 1 or 2 like half cut onions or whatever I'm doing, so then it's not the long wait of chopping, cutting. Alright, but that should be coming up on the end of the carrots. So since we're coming up on the end of the carrots, let's get the eggs started, because I'm about to add the rice. We add the rice to it. We can really get it started, but I want to wait before I really get it started with the rice, because I want to have my eggs already prepared. So the way that I do my eggs is I like to do my eggs scramble. I really think scramble is the best way to cook with, you know what I mean? Yeah, when you're doing breakfast sandwiches and stuff like that, you want to do like a straight up sunny side up, or you know, over easy, over medium, over hard, in a little cylinder so it can cake up like one of them egg McMuffins. But what I like to do is scramble, because you can chop it up into little chunks in wherever you're cooking and have little chunks of eggs. So what we're going to do, get your bowl. Turn you off right now because, well, actually I'm going to let you sit. Now I might need a little bit more water. Now we really want to just let this steam. Yeah, make sure my water's hot, but we kind of want it to boil so we can soften it, but we don't want it like way too soft. A nice soft. So as you see, we got our carrots sitting in the water. I'll let that sit boil. Again, we're not trying to like boil it. We're not trying to make soup. We're just boiling it enough to soften up your carrots. So then when we fry it, it'll have a crisp, soft bite to it. Now as you see, I'm cracking eggs. I'm going to crack 4 for this. Another thing, I like eggs. Protein. Now, while I'm cracking my eggs, now a thing I have learned, and it really does work, is when you're preparing scrambled eggs, you want to like drop them while you're stirring. It makes them more fluffier. Now, since I'm not ready, the best thing to do is let your eggs sit before you start, stirring. So we're gonna now add our rice to the stir-fried chicken. So, like I said, I'm doing bag of rice because I am too preoccupied to go to the store. So, plus it kind of makes it a little bit easier. I'm trying to make this not quick, but kind of quick. So, now, see, I got my hot hand. Okay, hold up. Let me put the phone down real quick. Now, as you see, I got an element on smart. But another thing, we let our rice in the bag wait so then we can drain the water out of it because it's coming out of the pot. So it's going to be like drippy. Now that we got that, take our, wherever our utensils is. Mine is a fork. And you mix your rice up in it so you can cook it off. Now mind you, got a little bit of grease in it, a little bit of oil. If whatever meat you're using, if you're using beef, it makes its own. You know, if you're using sound like she's home. Alright. But we stir it up, cooking it off, the grease going in it, and evaporating whatever water is in there so it can still be soft, but it's still going to be crispy. Now that we got our rice and our chicken going, let's check our carrots. See what I mean? Water's still boiling. Carrots out, straight. Oh, we lost a little piece, but that's what I was figuring around with it, but that's alright. So let's try it, see if it's soft enough. Now right here, I can feel it's still kind of crisp, so it needs a little bit more time. Definitely still got the crunch. I'm gonna turn that off because I still gotta stir it. But so we're gonna let our carrots boil some more. Stir our rice and we'll get started on the eggs. Now when you're cooking, frying up rice after boiling it, you want your flame to be on like a low medium, so because you're not trying to fry it, you're trying to evaporate fry. So you stir, but you want to be on like a low medium heat. And another thing, I'm using white rice, but you can use yellow rice, Spanish rice, rice-a-roni, whatever rice you want. I'm using white because I have white. But alright, the next method we're going to do is what I like to call the add-on method. What we do is we're going to take everything in the bowl and we're going to make it into a circle. So we're going to spread our chicken, our rice over to the edges and make like a circle right in the middle, so we could drop whatever we're going to cook right in the middle. So let's get to it. Now as you see, we got a circle and an open space in the middle. We're going to add a little bit of oil and we're going to drop stuff in it. We're going to drop we want to get our eggs, so we get our eggs mixed in. That should actually be the last. So we're going to drop our peppers in. Luckily for me, I have frozen peppers, so I don't have to cut up no peppers or anything like that. So luckily for me, remember, low medium. I could just drop my peppers, fry it up, and we're good to go. So, and I'm happy about using frozen peppers this time, not fresh, but I'm happy about it because the moisture of the water from it being frozen will go into the pan, which help cook off the rice and the chicken when I mix it all together. So we're going to let that sit, let that cook in the middle like a little without all my excess. We're going to check on our carrot. Shake it off, let it, cause it's dripping at the bottom. So now I just tried one, and it's getting there. It is getting there. It still got the crisp, but it needs a little bit more time. So we're gonna let it boil off just a little bit more, and then it will be ready, be thrown in there and mixed in. So now we're gonna work on our eggs. Pretty much we got our 4 eggs. Me personally, I like seasoning and I like cheesing, because I feel as though cheese adds a little bit more flavor. If you don't like cheese, don't add cheese. Same goes with seasoning. If you don't like to season your eggs, or if you don't like seasoning your eggs for when you cook, don't do it. You think that if you add whatever seasoning you do to whatever you do, then do it. So we're going to add a little bit of parm, powdered parm. Not a lot, but a little. Well, that's, nice little, you know what I mean. But we're going to add that. Going to add some salt, some pepper. Not a lot of salt. Thank God I got a sink right next to me. Add some pepper. And then me personally, I like to add a little bit of garlic powder to it. So not a lot, just a little. And stir it up, mix it in. So we're going to wait on stirring it up and mixing it in. Now we're going to mix in our peppers. Now, like I said, our peppers, since they were cold, frozen, the moisture is going to go well with the rice and the chicken. So kind of help with, like, you see how the rice is stuck right here? So it kind of help get some of that up and, not fully dry out your rice, but, a little moisture. If you need, add a little bit of water. Add a little moisture so you don't fully, just a little bit, just a little drip. And then we're going to go put it right back in a circle. Our peppers are mixed in. You do the same process with your onions, whatever vegetables that you add, or you can all add them at once and then mix them all together. So now our carrots should be all right. We're going to add the carrots. Again, drain your carrots. You gotta shake it like this to bounce it so you can drain it. Go right in the middle. I got little floaters in there, so I gotta get my little floaters out. Boom, boom. So, oh crap, I already hit it. And I suck at editing, so. Alright, like I said, now we're gonna mix in our eggs with our seasoning. Use your fork. I like using a fork when I'm whisking, or use a small whisk. You don't have to go super big for something like this, unless you're making a large amount. But make sure you scrape your edges so you get whatever hits the side and stays on the side. But you just, whip it good, till you make something like a little yellow liquid mixture. Like I said, I like to pour mine straight in after I'm while I'm whisking. So you just take it, you pour it in, and you mix it in. So let's do that. Pour it in, hit the edges. Make sure you scrape your edges when you're pouring it in too, to get the excess egg mixture into your bowl. Then we get rid of that. And now it's time to cook it off. It's going to sit in the middle. I already added my carrots. It's going to start cooking. Now you take whatever utensil you was using. Me, it was. And you mix everything together. Your rice, your carrots, your onions, your peppers, your chicken, and don't even worry about, your eggs, because it's all runny. Touching your rice or your peppers or your onions or whatever you add, because you're cooking your eggs and it's going to be all, you know, fluff up. It's going to be all fluffed up and stuck to your rice and your vegetables, and it's going to come out like if you just had eggs. You can let it sit for a little bit so that it can cook off some. But the best thing to do is start mixing and getting it formed. That's what we're doing. We're getting it formed with your rice, your pepper, and all that. So you mix it in. Another thing, sometimes you want to take your pan off the heat so that you don't overcook your eggs or overcook your rice or overcook your chicken, your peppers. But as you see right there, it's starting to form into eggs because we're mixing it all together and starting to deliquefy the eggs. So, you know, use the heat as like, you know, just a little, you know what I mean? So we put it down. As you hear, it's still cooking off because I got it on the heat. But it's formed, so making little egg balls and mix it in. So, and there you have it, folks. Stir fry rice with eggs, pepper. Let's have carrots. And in a situation like I'm in where, and chicken. But in the situation where I'm in where I'm getting some ingredients after the fact that I made it. What you want to do is get like a small pan or so, chop up whatever you're doing. Like me, I'm getting onions, so I'm gonna chop up my onions, throw it in a little pan with some oil, fry that up and add it and mix it in afterwards. So then it'll still be warm. It'll warm it back up, and not only that, it'll not mess up the dish and overcook it. So there you go. Alright, y'all. Peace.